And turns out The View has a podcast. Who knew? Not me. Never seen it on the charts, so I never knew this was a thing. But on Wednesday, Sarah Haynes of The View joined the executive producer of the show, and they sat down and talked about all of the heat that they've been getting since they decided randomly to go after me on Monday of this week. Listen to this apology, not complete non-apology actually, but explanation from Sarah Haynes as to why she said what she.
What is she? What?
So my ultimate beef with this is that it wraps a woman's worth up in her ovaries.
Bottom line, if you're not paying my bills, you don't get to tell me what I do with my uterus.
I think it's just really reckless to be suggesting that people should have children when you now know in this country there's this affordability crisis, and for a two-person household, a married household, you need over $400,000 for childcare. Over $400,000. Most people don't make over $400,000. So she's advocating for people to be born into poverty, people not being able to feed those children, people not being able to educate those children, and people not being able to house those children.
So you heard.
Yes, few days ago, this lady on The View went viral, Sonny Austin, after calling out Brown for saying women should get married and have children. According to Sonny Austin, that was wrong. Now, they did something. I don't know if Sarah actually apologized to that or what exactly. If you never saw that clip, how this started, first take a look at this video.
Complete non-apology, actually, but explanation from Sarah Haynes as to why she said what she said.
I love babies. I love being married. I love all those things. But there is so much pressure in this world on women to define themselves by if they're married, and two, if they have babies. That is, and I would encourage, she's young, so I don't know. Mine comes from a place of empathy. My take comes from a place of empathy and life lived. I am older than her. Knowing so many women, having been single, like dating for years and not knowing if I was going to find my person to get married, they make it sound like this easy choice. Get married, have kids. There are so many amazing women I know that aren't meeting people. It's really hard to. You could get into the reasons why that's the case, but they're open to finding people, and they're not. Having babies, whole different can of worms. So many people I know, almost every person I know actually, has struggled for some reason having babies, whether it was fertility. I'm friends with a lot of gay couples that have had to fight non-traditional surrogates, all these things. We ask women all the time about marriage and kids, and that seems to be all they're worth. We're living on a planet that has over 8 billion people. There was a time where we needed people to procreate and make tons of babies. We have plenty of babies. And if the point of feminism and women being equal was women having the choice, whether it was working in the home or staying at home, or, and I don't even want to say staying at home because it's working in the home, working in the home, working out of the home, being married, not being married, having kids, not having kids. The beauty of progress in time is that we don't have to put that on people's shoulders. And yet I wouldn't change anything I've done. And what I'm saying is not to, buck the trend, don't do it. It's more, you do what you can and what you want because you have a life beyond that.
Well, it's not a surprising thing because this often happens, but conservative influencers like Isabel and others have kind of misconstrued what you guys were saying on the show.
Oh,
what
yeah,
the point of it is.
I refused to read it because right when I saw some of the headlines, I thought, here we go again.
Yeah.
She was talking about it happening during Holy Week and how anti-Christian. And one, I won't do that to someone because if you're really faithful and spiritual, you know that that's not my place to judge her on that. So I was surprised that she would, but I definitely think she misconstrued, and whether that was willful or ignorance,
right.
She's missing my whole point, which is I know too many women that for whatever reason aren't married, don't have kids, and they matter. And they should be involved in government and policies. And not everything revolves around whether a woman has a partner and whether a woman has a child. And it's because I see those people. And sometimes that's a painful place to be. Sometimes it's a full-blown choice. And sometimes it's just the way life turned out. And I would never want to dim someone's light in life by saying they matter less because of that.
Ooh, Sarah, hi. nice to officially meet you. Couple of things. Again, as I immediately reacted to when you guys were the ones who randomly decided to go after me and apparently know everything that I believe in a week ago, I never said that your entire worth is wrapped up in your ovaries. Although, if your worth is tied to the fact that women can do something men can never, ever, ever begin to dream of, to participate in creating life alongside God, that is badass. It is spectacular. It is amazing. And we should be treating women like superheroes, not like they have a disability when they are pregnant and giving birth to children. I won't even dignify the 8 billion people overpopulation thing because I don't know how many experts out there need to tell you we're not facing an overpopulation crisis. If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready, it is high time to start. It is these choices, like deleting our dating apps and quitting birth control pills and saying I do at the altar, that ultimately trickle down into the political policies that we will see save our country.
Okay.
I heard it from The View. Only rich people can have kids.
Yes. Yes. You might have not seen the clip. I'm going to play that. You should see exactly why Sonny Hostin did this. When you take a look at this, Sonny Hostin said it is reckless for consecutive to encourage people to have children. I think it is really reckless to be suggesting that people should have children. She's advocating for people born into poverty. If you think children are reckless, you have already lost the future. The best ideas come from people who have worked their way up. It is not the rich who need to think outside the box. This is causing a lot of issues in the consecutive media space. I've seen people calling out Sonny Hostin after this. I don't know. If you love what I'm doing here, please check if your notification is on and subscribe if this is your first time coming to this channel. You know, the view is full of this. They know the truth, but we always like to twist it in such a way that people should continue to talk about them. It gets crazy at some point. If you take a look at what these people actually said, Sarah is now changing her tone about the whole thing. Like, this is not what she said. You know, getting married and getting rich is something I don't understand. I went through the comment sections of that video. A lot of people were blowing up, calling her out. Like, what is this? Whoopi coming out to say, before they used to accuse women of color for doing this, now conservative women are coming to with the same talking point.
The Save America Act, if that passes, all the married women that have changed their names are going to have to go to the registrar and prove that they are who they are.
Yeah, but I'm not one of the poorly educated, okay? Those are the ones he thinks he can get to, and those people are the ones who are going to turn on him.
There is another video that went viral. The View calling Trump supporters poorly educated is peak irony. These hosts can't even get basic facts straight, like Whoopi mixing up who was arguing in front of the Supreme Court yesterday. Joy Behar is insane.
I understand everybody.
Huge winners, shocking losers, a little fight as the celebrities were exiting the venue, and how Timothée Chalamet had a pretty bad night. So here's everything you need to know happened at the 2026 Oscars.
Most important TV and film exec.
We won. Out on the buffet, they're just hearkening back to our founders. As Paul Revere declared on his famous ride, one if by surf, two if by turf.
What is this, my 600-pound Defense Department?
It's nutty as hell. Yeah. And you're right.
That Trump laid in the State of the Union address.
To get here. Trump! Go Trump! Hey, Murphy, you're scumbag. Thanks, man.
Our chamber is chanting USA. Philip.
He utilized almost like these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
They're just so disgusting.
Their hands shaken. to the point where they had to come back on the air and say this in Stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes.
Other than illegal on either
role, Patel posted this on X.
job.
I get suspicious when any
person's home, it's very easy to.
This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
The country's in such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both sides. You're
so amazing. And wasn't it so great?
When it can be hard to hope.
Hey, girl.
Let's compare 2020.